Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the 25th of Feb, and today was a very bad start for me. I'll get into that. In the first 20 seconds of the market, I was already looking at a 4.5 lakh loss. And so after that, I actually came into the green in just about 25 minutes from there. And then the rest of the day was really not the best of days. So I'll get into what happened. So first of all, yesterday we had this huge sell-off, and then everyone was waiting for Biden's statement. So stayed up late, watched what he had to say. Basically, from what I understood, it was that US will be deploying troops only in NATO countries, so that in case after Ukraine, Putin tries to do Hitler and tries to go from country to country, then they will defend them at any cost. But they will not be doing anything in Ukraine. They will not be deploying troops, which means that there will be no conflict between two nuclear powers directly taking place. So whatever fear was there in the market got completely crushed. So he said they'll do humanitarian support and all that, but no direct troops being there, and only economic sanctions on Russia, which they would have known already from the beginning. So what happened at that point? SGX Nifty was trading almost 200 points down. From there to this morning, it moved up almost. It was 300 points up, so there's a 500 point swing in SGX Nifty. And anyone and everyone who was short obviously would have to cover. People who carried shorts yesterday would have got completely butchered in the morning. So that happened right off the bat. And the first part was actually an excellent IV crush. The first 25-30 minutes of the market, there was an excellent IV crush. But after that, it was an entire day of steady increasing of IV, and almost you can call it reverse decay because there is no fall off in premium. Both puts are also gaining, calls are also gaining. Even if you manage your delta perfectly, even if you get the delta right, you're still losing money, and I'll get into that. First of all, let me go over what happened. Yesterday, I was testing my tool, this particular execution tool, to make it a little faster and more efficient. And I'd placed a few random orders, and I'd placed them as AMO because you can't place normal orders after market is closed. And I forgot to cancel those AMO orders, and this is the blunder that happened. At 9:15, I see these orders are being punched. And what are these orders? I'm buying the 15,500 put, and luckily they were all limit orders, right? So I'm buying it for 88 rupees, for 79 rupees, and I'm selling the 17,000 call for 62, 57, 57, 56. And then I realized that, okay, and these other orders are also executing. Once again, buying 15,500 put for 67. The moment I see that this is executed, I'm already in a 4.5 lakh mark to market loss. And I have to cancel these remaining AMO orders which are there, and notice there's still some open. And then I have to sell off that put that I purchased for 36 rupees. I had an average of some 90, and I'm selling it off for 36. So immediately right here, 15,500 put, 2,30,000 loss. And then the other part is my call also, which was 17,000 call, which I had an average of some 56, 57 at that point of time. It was also giving me 2 lakhs loss. So between the two, I'm already losing money. So terrible start to the day. But okay, mistake made. Now I have to try and fix it and get into the trade. Not exactly revenge trade. So I squared off all the position, and then equidistant 1,000 point strangle, 16,000 and 17,000, because we opened close to above 16,500 and a lot of shorts in the system. So at 100 rupees, I'm getting 16,000 put. I short 16,000 put, and I then add to the 17,000 call short, and then I make a strangle. Now, from being 4.5 lakhs down, the kind of IV crush that we had was that it actually put my position in a profit. Just 25 minutes from 4.5 lakhs down, this put has crashed almost 30 rupees, giving me 5 lakhs profit. The call has not gained anything, right? You can see when I shorted, it's the same price, and that has put my position in a 90,000 profit exactly at about 950. Now, when there's such a large IV crush, you assume that generally through the day there might be a continued IV crush. Or at least, if not a continued IV crush, IV might not go up as long as we hold flat. Now, I think the way I traded this, I more or less would have traded. I'm not at all disappointed with how I traded this, and I'll go over why. So here, made the mess up, converted to strangle, IV crush till here, excellent decay. Now I'm back to break even. And this is where we are also testing yesterday's high. So So when we're testing yesterday's high, what I end up doing over here is I make an adjustment. I buy back the 16,000 put and I sell the 16,200 put for 102 rupees. So I move up my put, even though the call was only trading at 80. That was a very good decision, because if you see at that point of time, what happened is, as we took out yesterday's high about here, we went straight from being around 80 rupees on the call to making a high of 115. Now, because I had additional credit from moving up my put, I was able to sit in this and not get stopped out right here itself. Okay, anyway, from there we had this continued, we didn't really make much of a move on the Nifty. It was just the option that overly reacted. We didn't even head 50 points higher. We came back down. Now, at this point, you would think that the cool off in IV would, put your position back at break even, but that wasn't the case. This entire time, up move is spiking calls, down move is spiking puts, and there is no net fall off. Actually, I think till here there was at least a little bit of a net fall off, where I was almost back to break even, and this looks completely harmless, right? This entire time, like if you see from here 950 till close, there has been absolutely no move at all. We closed exactly there. But I'll show you something interesting. At 950, the 16,000 put and 17,000 call are trading for 150 rupees, both of them. Now, though the entire day we have not moved at all, if you see the closing price, 77.83, almost 161 rupees. This is closed at 161 rupees, despite the fact that there has been no move in the market. It has gained 11 rupees. So 150 rupees, it has gone to 160, because what ends up happening is, whenever there's some event happening over the weekend, see, generally, why do prices of options fall off on Friday if they do? It's because nobody wants to hold options and hold those long IV positions over the weekend. But right now, given that we're in a war situation, something very good might happen, which means we might open above 17,000, or something very bad might happen, which means we might open below yesterday's low. So because of that, nobody is really getting rid of options. And whatever happened, that IV crush happened in the morning because of the guys who were long puts just taking stop losses at any prices. So here it's just about, okay, people who were long puts taking stop losses at any prices, which is why anyone who had taken a strangle or straddle at 920, 925 would have made a good amount of money here. But as the rest of the day played out, there was no way that a short volatility strategy would have made money here. It doesn't matter. Even if you did perfect delta management, I was very happy with how I managed the delta into this up move, but it didn't matter, because at the end of the day, delta management or not, you were going to lose just by the fact that both puts as well as calls are gaining. So it was one of those days where, first of all, start off on a bad note, made a blunder there, couldn't really capitalize on the IV crush after, because I had to just basically cover whatever mistake I made. So all that was spent in covering. And after that, rest of the day, really, there wasn't any opportunity to make money. I guess one good thing was that, yesterday, if you did manage to buy some stocks, then they'll be looking green. Little bit of respite for portfolios, which would have been looking terrible yesterday. That's about it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I'll see, depending on what happens over the weekend and what the market looks like on Monday. If or not, I'm going to trade on Monday and Tuesday. And accordingly, I'll keep you posted. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Have a great weekend.